All right, so I'm going to be doing a series of games that I'm using the solo rules. It is a pretty good set of and simple set of rules, which you can expect from one-page rules. Um, you just get the armies that you want to play together, and you'll see that I'll set that up later in the video. The objectives are a little vague on how to do them, and I did something special where in the firefight rules you're only supposed to have 4 boxes, 4 areas where the objectives can go, and the scenario may have more, may have less, so not real sure on exactly how to do it. I just put them all in the center of the boxes just to make it fair, just so we can get on with it. But it says when setting up objectives, first divide area of the table where you are allowed to place objectives into 6 equal squares. Now for the firefight, it would be 4. When it's the AI's turn to place an objective, roll for a random square, and then place the objective in the center of the square. So in the regular Grimdark Future or Age of Fantasy, that would work with all the scenarios because you have 6 spaces and you may have 4 to 6 objectives, I believe. And so that would work in the regular game. But in the firefight, it's 4, so that may be a bit of an issue. If that's not possible, roll for another random square and move the objective toward it just enough to be in a valid position while following the mission's objective setup rules. So that's going to take a little bit of interpretation, probably some experience on my part, in order to get that right. AI deployment, when deploying armies, you must deploy so you deploy your entire army. All right, you don't get to see what the other side does. Then once you're done deploying your army on your side, the AI then randomly divides into 3 groups of equal size as far as possible. And then when you deploy, you divide the table into 3 sections. And again, that's 2 sections for the firefight. Along the AI's deployment zone table edge, and number them 1, 2, 3, 4. For each group, roll a d3 to determine which section its units deploy, re-rolling if all groups would deploy in the same section. Now in the firefight, you have 2 sections. You have 3 groups, 2 sections, and what ended up happening was the first 2 went in the same one, so the last one actually goes into the other one. So that was pretty simple. Whereas this one, you have 2 other options. So I guess if they're all going into the first section, then you just roll 1, 2, 3 for section 2 and 4, 5, 6 for section 3. That's what I would do, because otherwise you might be re-rolling for a while. Then deploy 1 random unit at a time in its section as close as possible to the nearest objective and outside the difficult and dangerous terrain unless it has strider or flying. There's a challenge bonus, but I skipped over this. I didn't get there. If you want to give the AI a bonus, but since I'm going to be doing a campaign with this, the campaign will eventually balance out any challenges that I need. All right, so here's the nitty-gritty. You have to assign each unit what style it is. Is it a hybrid? Is it shooting or melee? Now, I am going to be using 3.3 rules because they took out the assault in 3.31, and I like assault. I want to use assault, and so I want the AI to use assault. And so the only one that really gets affected here are the hybrid units. And what's the difference between hybrid and shooting and melee? So melee is just, they don't have any shooting weapons at all. They just close combat. So those are in the melee. The ones that have weapons are, shooting weapons are either in shooting or hybrid. And the difference is that the shooters have better long-range weapons than melee weapons, whereas the hybrid have better melee weapons than shooting weapons, but they have both. And so basically what ends up happening, melee, they're just trying to get into close combat. The shooting are just trying to get into position to shoot, and the hybrids are going to have that extra where they may assault in certain spaces and shoot in others. So let's look at melee first, because they're the simplest. When you activate a melee unit, and you do them randomly, I just rolled a die. So I had 5 units. I rolled a die, and I numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I got a 6, I re-rolled it. So the decision tree for melee: are there any valid objectives not under the AI's control? So if it's if there's an objective that the AI doesn't control, then they go. So you go to step 3. So if the AI has all the objectives, then you just go to step 2. Are there any enemies in the way? Oh, excuse me. Are there any valid objectives not under the AI control? So yes, they don't have all of them. So you go step 2. You look for any enemies in the way for the closest objective. If there is, you charge enemy if possible, or else you rush toward the objective. And if there's no enemies in the way, then you rush towards the objective. So if there's something that can be charged on the way to the objective, or is in between the objective, then you charge them. If not, you just run on to the objective as fast as possible. Now, let's say they have all the objectives. Then you look for any enemies in charge range. If there are, charge them. If not, rush toward the nearest enemy. That's how I play it. The shooting are the next complicated. Are there any valid objectives? So you need an objective, step 2. If you advance, will any enemies be in shooting range? And yes, you advance toward the objective and shoot if possible. If it's not in shooting range, you just rush towards the objective. Now, if you have all the objectives, the AI has all objectives, if you advance, will any enemies be in shooting range? If so, if yes, then advance toward the enemy and shoot if possible. No, rush towards the enemy. Okay, so that's pretty simple. They're going towards objectives, and if they got all the objectives, they're going after the closest enemy and trying to shoot at them. Now the hybrid, they get more complicated because we're using the assault here. If they need to get an objective, are any enemies in the way? If there are, then assault the enemy if possible, or else charge the enemy if possible, or advance toward the objective and shoot if possible. Okay, so this is a little bit out of date because assault, the old rule for assault is that you only get half movement. Now it's full charge, so that charge is going to be out of the possibility. So the only reason this would happen is, let's say you have a fast unit and they have a very short range weapon like a flamer or something. They would not be, they could charge them, but they wouldn't be able to shoot them before they move. And so you would check to see if you can assault by shooting and charging. If you can't, then see if you can charge them. And maybe you have a slow, like a dwarf, and you have a long range weapon, and so you can't even charge them. So then you look to advance and shoot at them. Okay, so that's how, this is the main thing here. If you can get this part here, your hybrid understanding is up there. If not, go to step 3. So if you don't have any attacks, then go to step 3. Is the objective in rush range but not in advance range? And if it is in rush range, if it's then you rush toward the objective. If not, go to step 4. So if you advance, will the enemy be in shooting range? And if it is, you advance and you shoot. And if not, you rush towards the objective. You don't have any targets. The other line is, if you have all the objectives, you go to 5. Any enemies in assault or charge? Yes, assault the enemy if possible, or charge the enemy. No, go to step 6. If you advance, will you be in shooting range? If you do, you advance and shoot. If not, you rush towards the nearest enemy. So it's pretty straightforward on how, I think it's pretty straightforward on what each unit is supposed to do. The disadvantage for the AI is that a lot of this stuff is random. There's no real coordination. There's no nuance to exactly what you will do. But I wanted to bring this page up because it has the assault in there, whereas the new rules, the 3.31, they take out all this assault stuff. I really wish they would put it in there. And this was the free rules, so this is not behind a paywall or anything like that. The assault rules are behind the paywall. I wish it wasn't. I wish they had some intermediate special rules like assault and last stand should be in the free rules. But if you have the full amount and you have this 3.3 rule set, then you'll have the assault in there. And it's pretty straightforward. If you have a hybrid, can it assault? If it can assault, it can, go ahead and do it. If it could charge, if it can't assault, but it can charge, do that. Roll a die to be random, however you want to do it. And so I'm going to be using these rules for the game that's coming up between the High Elf fleets and the Dwarf guilds. Alright, so this is the solo game. I am doing things a little differently than the rules. I just made the four corners like it said for the firefight, and just put them in the center of those quarters, approximately, just to do a demo game, just so it's even. Then I set up my High Elf fleets here, and then I broke them up into three groups. One is the guild leader, and then a sniper and a warrior with a plasma gun, and then a regular warrior with a thunder support that has a mortar. And so I rolled two, so you're supposed to divide it in half for firefight. I know it's different for the other game, but I rolled two, and then I rolled three for that group. And it says re-roll if you get them all in one group. Well, that doesn't make sense to me, because then that just means they automatically go into the other side, and they're supposed to go nearest to the objective. So that's how I'm setting it up here. And now there is a decision tree that goes along with it, and I'm going to roll to see who goes first. This is for the dwarves. They have a 5, and then for me, I have a 3. So the dwarves will be going first, and we'll set it up there. All right, so I am going to be using the 3.3 rules because I want them to be able to use assault if necessary. And so the dwarves are going to go first, so they roll randomly. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to see who goes first. And it's a 5, so that's a thunder support. So it is a shooting and decision tree. Are there valid objectives not under the AI's control? Yes. Go to step 2. If you advance, will enemies be within shooting range? Yes, because it's mortar and it just needs 30 inches and it's indirect, so it can advance towards the objective, which is 4 inches. Let's see. So yes goes step 2. Are there enemies in the way? Oh, I'm sorry. Will be shooting range? Yes. Advance toward the objective and shoot if possible. So he moves 4 inches. So he's in the objective. And then he's got 30. So what he'll do is he will... Alright, so there's 2 units he can get there at about 21 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to go after the protector. So he rolls 1 die. And that's a 4, that's a hit. Actually, it's a miss because he loses. He's normally a 4, but if he moves and shoots, he loses. So that 4 becomes a 5. No, opposite. That 4. Anyway, he needs a 5. He didn't get it, and so this guy is now used up. All right, so I'm going to use my sniper. He's going to move up here. Oh, and he had scout. I didn't use him. So he's going to shoot at the warrior there. He needs a 2. And he hits. The warrior has a 4 defense, but it's AP 1, so he needs a 5. And he gets it. So the sniper is done. Okay, so we'll do again 1, 2, 3, 4 across. 6, 5, and 6 are rerolls. Of course. 3. So it is the other warrior. So the warrior is a he has a plasma sword and a plasma pistol. Which one's better? Well, he's melee, or I'm sorry, a hybrid. So are there any valid objectives? No. Yes. Go to step 2. Are there any enemies away? No. Go to step 3. Is there an objective in rush range but not in advanced range? Yes. Rush range but not advanced. No. Go to step 4. If you advance, will enemies be within shooting range? No. Rush towards objective. Okay, so because he only has 12 range, so he's going to move here and take this objective. And so now it is my turn. I am going to take a protector. Let's see, the protectors have range of 12, I believe. Yeah, so they're just going to rush, and let's see. What about this guy? 12 inches, okay. So if he can get within 12, that's here. Oh yeah, he can move 8. So I can move him here and shoot. All right, so he's got a master shard pistol. That's 2 shots needing 4s because he's an elite protector. 2 hits. So he's got 2 hits. They are rending, so 1. So he needs to get a 4 on this one and then a 6 on the other. Didn't get it. And he got the other one. All right, so now he needs to roll a 5 or 6 to die, which I think is kind of weird. He doesn't, so he's just stunned. So he takes a wound and stun marker. All right, so now that means he can't contest the objective, which is good. All right, so now we've got Master, the leader, the guild leader, whatever. He's a 1-2, Sniper's a 3-4, and this guy is a 5-6. So we go to the warrior. All right, so the warrior is a ranged weapon guy. So we look at the range of shooting. Are there any valid objectives? Okay, yes. If you advance, will enemies be in shooting range? So he has a range of 24. Yes, so he's already within range. So he's going to advance. That's 4 inches. Get into this objective. And then he's going to shoot. Let's see, this guy is now closer than these guys. So he's going to shoot at the sniper. But the sniper has stealth, which means that normally he gets hit on 5s. But, oh, I'm sorry, that's his defensive 5. They normally would hit on 4s, now they need 5s. And he got it. So now I have to defend on a 5, and I get it. In fact, yeah, so that is blocked. So now I go, and I am going to rush. Let's see, these guys are 12. You know what? I'm going to move my 8 inches and then shoot 12. I get 1 shot needing a 4. This is a striker. Shard pistol, rending. And that's a miss. So he went. Alright, so now we've got the sniper and the master. The master is 1, 2, 3. Sniper is 4, 5, 6. So it's the sniper. The sniper is going to obviously move 4 inches. and then shoot at the leader. Gets one shot needing a 2. It's a hit, so it is AP1, so I have to get a 6. And I got it. Ooh, good rolls. All right, so the sniper went, which means he only has this leader left, and that's it. So now we go to my other striker here. He's going to move over here, and he's going to shoot at that warrior, try to knock him out, and that's a miss. So he is done. They have their master here. He's going to move up 4 inches because I believe, yes, he has a 24-inch range. So he's going to move up 4 inches. Contest this objective because the other guy can't. And he's going to shoot at this striker right here. He has 2 shots needing 3s. He hits them both. And that has AP1. No, doesn't have any AP, so I need 5s. And I block one, but not the other. So 5 or 6, he's dead, and he's dead. So this striker here is now gone. And I got my 2 protectors left. So the 2 protectors are going to move here. So that is 6, and then 8. I don't think they're going to be within range, no. And this guy's going to do the same thing. He's going to move over here. So those guys are used. That is turn 1, and that's basically how the solo rules, at least my version of the solo rules, I'll do them the way that I want to. And so each side now has 2 objectives. So let me get the proper objectives. So 1 and 4. See if I can find them. 1. And that's 3. I guess that's 4. Okay, so the high elves have 1 and 4. And 2. And 3. Alright, so we got 2 for the dwarves and 3 for the dwarves. All right, let's pull these here. The elves went last, so the dwarves are going to go first. So they're going to roll to see which one is going to go first. So we'll go from this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a 6 is a reroll. 2, that is the leader here. And he is going, now it says that anybody that's stunned will go last. So let me, so it should have been 1, 2, 3, 4. So the sniper gets to go first. So he's going to move 4 inches into this objective and then fire, and he's going to fire at the leader. So he needs a 2 with rending 1, and he missed. So there goes the sniper behind this building here. All right, so I'm going to go with the this guy right here. I'm going to move him 8 inches right here, and then he's going to shoot at the warrior. So he gets 1 shot needing 4s, and he hits. And so the protector gets oh, he had Shield of Grace, darn it. Anyway, gotta remember these things. So the shard gun gets 2 attacks. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I guess I didn't shoot. So 2 attacks needing 4s. 1 hits. And I forgot if that was a 6 because it's rending. But anyway. And he blocks it. So my guy is done. Alright, so now we got 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is the warrior. He's going to shoot back. So he's going to move 4. At him, and he's going to shoot at the nearest guy. He gets 1 shot needing 4s. He gets it, so it's AP1, so he needs 6. And so he takes a wound. And so we see if he dies, and he does. So High Elf's not doing so hot here. All right, So now this guy's done. I get to go. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to take cover in here and then shoot, make sure I have range. I'm going to shoot at that warrior. So I get 2 shots needing force, 1 hit, 4, and he blocks it. Nice. All right, so now he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy goes, he's going to move up 4. And then he's going to shoot him, needs a 5. And he doesn't get it. So now he's done. Alright, so now I'm going to use the master. No, I'm going to use the striker. Striker is within 12. I'm going to take out that sniper. So I'm going to shoot 1 shot. Now I'm assaulting. So normally he's a 4, so now I need a 5. And I missed. So now I scream over there. And I get 2 attacks with my close combat weapon. I get 2 attacks needing 5s. I get 1 hit. No AP or anything like that. But I think the sniper does not get much defense, so he needs a 5 defense. Watch I make it. Of course I did. So now he gets to fight back. Sniper gets a quality of 4. And he hits, of course. And my striker is a 5 defense. He does not block it. Does he die? No. So, but he has to back off an inch. And he's stunned. Alright, so here is where things get interesting because everybody's gone except for the stun guy and the leader, who is well within the range of my striker. So the dwarf champion is I would say he's hybrid. So any of them just, yes, go 2. Are there any enemies in the way? Yes. Assault enemy if possible, else charge enemy if possible. Okay, so assault. So he's going to assault my striker, which means that he gets 2 ranged attacks, normally at 3, but now they're going to be 4s. And that's 1 hit. That 1 hit has an AP of 1. And so I have a defense of 5, so I need a 6. And I got it. So I got the 6, and then he charges, and he needs, I'm just going to take this building out of the way so you can see. So now he charges into my striker, and he gets 2 plasma sword attacks. 2 attacks needing force because of the assault, AP 1 random. Alright, so he gets 1 hit, AP 1, so I need a 6. And I got a 3, so he takes another wound. And now he's fatigued already, so he can roll back on a 6. He gets 2 attacks. And he got 2 6s. Okay, so the defense of the dwarf champion, I don't think I have any AP on the strikers. But I do have rending. So he needs to roll 2 6s. To defend, and he rolls 1, so he gets 1 hit. Okay, so they each have 1 hit, so they have to back off here. Since he took damage that he may die, it's now for he's okay, so he's still just stunned. I think that's the rules. Alright, so I go now, and this sniper here, remember this building is in the way. I'm just going to put this here, like so. Let's see it. Alright, just so you have a better view of it, but just know there's a building in the way. Alright, so I have a sniper and the master. Let's see, so everybody's pretty much gone for them, because he's, let's see. Should I take out that warrior, or should I go after the master? I'm gonna go and just attack. Let's see, it might even range. Yeah, oh yeah. So he's going to shoot at... Actually, I'm going to go after the master here. So I need 2 attacks, need 5s on my assault. And I miss, and then he flies in there. And then he's got his 2 attacks for the close combat weapon. And he gets 2 hits. But the dwarf champion has a defense of 3. And he blows 1 of them. Alright, so now this guy's fatigued. But he does get 2 shots, so he needs 6s. And he doesn't get them. So this guy backs off. And now the only one left is the sniper. Sniper's going to go after the warrior. He has 1 shot, AP 1 reliable. That's a hit. So AP 1, so he needs a 5. And he doesn't get it, so he's wounded. And he rolls a 5 or 6 to die. And he rolled a 6. So finally got a dwarf off the board. And that's the end of turn 2 now. So we pull all these markers here. Oh, and this guy used his activation to pull this off. So now, gotta remember to use my regeneration over there. That's very important. Alright, so this is actually not contested. The dwarves still have it. So the dwarves get to go first. They only have 4 guys left, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 is the master, so he's going to assault this master here. So he gets to shoot twice. AP 1, 2 shots, AP 1 rending, 3s to hit. And he missed them both. Then he goes in to hit him with the plasma sword, 2 attack. Okay, so that was just regular 2 attacks. This is 2 attacks, AP 1 rending. And so he gets 1 hit. It is AP 1, so defense goes down to a 6. And it doesn't work, so he takes a wound. Alright, he takes a wound, and now he's going to strike back. He needs 4s, 2 attacks, no AP. And he hits them both, but he has defense of 3. And 1 gets through, which means he now has 3 wounds. So let's replace that with that. And now it's a 4, 5, or 5 or 6. He rolled a 6, and the master is toast. Ouch. Alright, that just completely changed the complexion of this match. Alright, I don't know how I'm going to get that mortar, but the sniper can take a shot at him. He needs a 2. He gets it, AP 1, so 5 to defend. He didn't get it, so 1 wound on him. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's the sniper. Sniper is going to shoot at the striker here. And he hits. AP 1, so I need a 6. Didn't get it, so that's another wound. Oh, wait, he gets regen. Oh, and he regened it. Nice. Gotta keep remembering the high elves can do that. Because I got Shield of Grace there. So that sniper is done. And let's see, we're going to use... I'm going to use the master to try to take out this warrior. Well, first he's got to shoot. So he gets 2 shots, 1 hit, no AP. And it's blocked. All right, 2 shots for striking. No AP, and he missed. So this guy gets to fight back. Dwarf warrior with the plasma pistol, plasma sword, 2 attacks. Ouch. And he missed them both, so he backs off an inch. And he's done. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's this guy here. He's going to move 4 inches. And now he's going to shoot at him. He needs a 5 because he moved and he got it. So no AP. Then he blocks it. So this guy is toast. A lot of good blocking in this game. All right, so I'm going to pull this. Let's see. Try to get this a little bit more distinctive. All right, so now we're contesting over there. All right, so this is the only guy left. So he's going to, now it says assault in the tree, but he's tired. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the tree. It's assault. Dwarf warrior needs a 4. He gets 1 for the plasma pistol, so he needs a 5. And he got it. AP 4. And that's another wound on this guy right here. Oh, he's toast. He's so toast. And then he assaults. He needs 6s because he's tired. And he didn't get it. So that means that this guy, a 5, 6, 4, 3. And he's dead. Oh, forgot to do the regen. Aha, he didn't get the damage because he regened it. Glad I remembered. So he's okay. And this guy is all used up. That regen is awesome. All right, so shoot, did the sniper go? Sniper hit this guy, that's why he's got the wound, right? All right, so he's gonna shoot at him. He gets 2 shots, needing force. It's 1 hit, and I believe that's a rend. Yes, it is. So he needs a 6 to block, and he didn't get it. So that's another damage for you. And that's the end of round, what the heck are we in? Is that round 4 or round 3? I should always mark these. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so now we're up to round 4. This is the final round. The elves went last, so the dwarves are going to go first. They only have 3 guys left. This is now contested. And so the dwarves are going to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4, it's a sniper. Sniper's just going to shoot at this guy right here. Needs a 2. Got it. 6 for defense. Didn't get it. Regen. Didn't get it. So now he's a 3. And now 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he's still stunned. Very nice. So he survives somehow. All right, and the sniper went. Okay, which means I cannot get 2. All right, I'm gonna use my sniper, see if I can kill this guy. I'll hit him, AP 1, so he needs a 5. Didn't get it, so now he has 3 wounds. Which means now he's rolling, 5 or 6. And he's toast. All right, this is very good, but that completely changed everything. Sniper's out. So now he's only got this guy. And since they're so close, oh, he will assault him. I'm just gonna make a little executive decision here. So he needs a 5 for the plasma pistol, needing a 5. And he gets it, so he needs a 6 to block, and he blocks it. Then he has 2 for the plasma sword, AP 1 rending, 8 5s. Got 2 rends, holy moly, so now it's 2 6s. Got 1 of them, so He's very lucky, and he gets to fight back for free. So that is 2 attacks, and that's it. 2 attacks, he gets 1 hit, 4 to block, and he blocks it. So he has to back off an inch. Alright, and he's tired. These guys are tired. Alright, so I'm going to rush and take this objective with him. The dwarves are out of moves, and then this master guy, I can't attack both of them. Well, I have a better chance of killing this guy, so I'm going to... The Elite Protector has Master Shard. It's rending on that, so let me go ahead and assault, just give myself extra shots. Okay, so 1 hit, and that's the shot, so it's rending, so he needs a 6 to block, and he doesn't do it, so that's another hit. And then we come in and attack, need 5s, didn't get it. He gets attacked back twice, but he needs 6s because he's tired. He didn't get it. So now 4, 5, or 6, and he's dead, and he survives, but he's stunned. And that's how the game ends. And this is the basic rules for the solo play. I think I got it right. If I missed something, please put it down in the comments. Basically, the elves won 3-0. And yeah, it looked really bad for the elves, but now it turned into an overwhelming victory for the elves. I really like the elves. I like the dwarves and the elves. I think they're pretty cool. But yeah, the solo rules are not meant for these guys to win, so you definitely have to put some sort of handicap on yourself, which is what I'm going to do with the campaign rules coming up. But I wanted to test this first, make sure I got a basic understanding of what it's like to do the solo rules. So tell me what you think. You think the solo rules are a good idea? I mean, it's really the only thing that you can do when you don't have anybody to play. So thanks for watching.